Jake right there, big Jakey boy. Haha, get him. Are you white? Are you white? Actually mental.
So what you just saw right there is one of many videos that are going around from the UK over the past week where there is civil unrest. There's been violence after the deaths of 3 young girls in a tragic killing. And a lot of people are describing the violence as effectively being race riots. That video in particular, as the caption shows a group of white men stopping cars and then asking people their race before allowing them to continue. That area was being labeled a no-go zone for Black or Asian people. And this is always a good sign for a country, I think, when you have a vigilante group doing racial checks to see whether people get to go to an area where they might live or they might work or they might have a business or something like that. They decide that they get to decide. And there has in fact been not just the checks, but also violence. So sparked by Islamophobic and racist sentiments, rioters have pelted bricks, chairs, and bottles at officers. Mosques have been attacked, shops looted, numerous community facilities across the country, including a library and Citizens Advice Bureau building, have been torched. Organization Tell Mama, which monitors anti-Muslim attacks, said it had called the police over, quote, far-right threats on Telegram that seek to target immigration solicitors and refugee services in more than 30 locations across the country on Wednesday. And it is indeed a lot of different locations that this has been seen. Take a look at this map. You can see a variety of incidents basically all across there. It looks like, and I think this is what the producer's going for, Scotland has so far avoided it. Okay, go Scotland. Let's not have you be a part of this. Don't be inspired by Mel Gibson in this case, but you do see unrest, violence, and racialized violence there. Now, nearly 500 people have been arrested in these demonstrations so far. And so, look, we're gonna see how they resolve it. It's a very difficult situation. There are a lot of communities that deserve a lot more protection than they're getting, and it's something that people outside of the UK need to be paying attention to. But that said, some of the people outside of the UK paying attention to this, I don't think are helping things at all. And the loudest troll of them all, Elon Musk, is of course gonna be one of those. And so you see Andy No, who is a guy who calls himself a journalist who just travels to places to do PR work for fascists. He's saying that an armed Muslim patrol had surrounded and attacked a pub, looking for white right wingers to attack. I'm sure he also had a lot of the white guys asking people their race because he's a journalist. You know, he has ethics and all that. But anyway, Elon Musk replies to all that saying, "Why aren't all communities protected in Britain?" And then hashtag 2-tier Keir right there, referencing an already debunked conspiracy theory that there is some sort of institutional policy where the response is gonna be dictated by the race of the person. Again, this stuff being debunked, this stuff being just no brain conspiracy theories doesn't mean that Elon Musk isn't just going to baselessly spread it. He doesn't have a functioning brain. He doesn't have the capacity for critical thought. He likes it, so he spreads it. And he makes himself look like an absolute doink. And so here's an example of that. So Ashley Simon had tweeted about supposedly the building of emergency detainment camps on the Falkland Islands. And you might be thinking, well, that sounds crazy. That can't be the case. But Elon Musk retweeted it. Detainment camps. And if he retweeted it, he must have done his research, right? No, it's not true. It's just complete misinformation. And he spread it. The richest man in the world who owns the platform, the second he sees something that plays into his racist, conspiracist worldview, he just immediately spreads it. Immediate retweet. I have no time whatsoever to check into this. I care deeply about it and want people to know about it, but I care so little about it that I'm not even gonna look to see if it's true. Over and over and over again, every single day, he spreads more and more misinformation while algorithmically benefiting right wingers that spread misinformation. He pays them to spread misinformation while completely defanging, in fact, disarming, dismantling the internal Twitter mechanisms for dealing with the spread of misinformation. And so that's why you're seeing more and more of this during this election. He's, by the way, receiving now inquiries from British lawmakers that are saying that he bears some sort of culpability for the willful spread of misinformation. But this is what he's doing. It's like when he spread the deepfake of Kamala Harris. He's not making mistakes. This is not a guy that like, oh, I believed it and I spread it accidentally. That's not happening. It's a pattern. He does this every day. He has made the platform a place where there will be racist misinformation. That's why he bought it. It's not a bug, it's a feature. It's the point of Twitter at this point. And maybe at some point he'll run afoul of some sort of law, probably not here in the United States, but perhaps in more civilized places. Until then, he's gonna continue to do it. Nobody gets to be surprised.